Merry Meetle! Sorry I didn't do a post this weekend gone. Sorry, I'm doing one now. A little bit of an updateys. Let me drag over my chair from the other desk. So we're in my office. And big sigh. I finally got round to getting my own Knitpro woolwinder. And do you remember back in the 80s when we first got those labelers? And everyone's going to be crazy labeling things. I feel like I've gone back to that. Now I am absolutely stoked in winding up all my garn. So, you know, a lot different from that normal skein to a cake. The skein being a cake. So anyway, I absolutely love it. So I've kept the box. I'm going to throw it out, of course. But I just thought I'd show you the box of the winder I got. And I've just got it attached to my desk here. That is the feeder, the bobbin. You put it in there. One of the things I really love about the woolwinder is you can do a center pull and outer pull at the same time. And I just love that. What I do with mine is I make a little tiny loop knot like that. And I put that over the dent here in the bobbin to stop the little loop coming off. And I really do love a center pull. I just find it better for myself. I like a center pull. But one of the good things about having a center pull, I'm losing my focus for some reason, I don't know why. One of the good things I like about having both, the center and the outer, is say you're doing two motifs on a crochet project with the same color. You can use, you know, the center to do one and then use the outer pull to do the other, without having to bust out another skein or of garn. So I really like that. So I have been busy. So I have wound up my little glitter garns. This is like my little sample swatch I made for the crinkle garn. It's quite a few years ago. I have also done my cottons. They're just squares that I'm up to that I'm doing with projects. This is the Coronation cowl crochet along. And I haven't finished week one. The thing is with week one, you've got I finished the main squares, but I've done a few extra because I'm actually going to do, I was humming and hawing between doing a coat, jacket or jumper as well with the same crochet squares. I sort of go backwards and forwards between what am I going to do, but anyway, I'll share once I decide. But then there's heaps of these tiny squares, like we're looking like 24 of each color sort of thing, so I haven't finished those yet. This is the Winterberries cowl. I can't wait to start getting on to week 2 on this. This is and that's Winterberries. This is the Daytripper, and with the Daytripper I'm actually doing a black border, so it's more of a stained glass effect. Those 2 columns are all Daytripper. With Daytripper there's the throw, but there's also a vest version which I'm doing, so I've got double the amount because of that. And the same thing, and that's done by Katie Jones. And another one done by Katie Jones is the Carnival jumper or throw. I'm doing both, so again I've got double the quantities. Now I think I noted the last time I did a vlog on my week ones of my cows that I'm doing, that didn't seem right. There is actually a correction, and I found it. It was in a simple crochet publication, the correction for the square that just wasn't, or the half circle which just wasn't adding up right. So I'll redo that, and when I redo that and do some more progress on I literally have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 cows crochet alongs I'm doing right now, and I have at least another 7 planned to follow up after this. I'm also designing a very simple quick pattern. However, I'm doing many colorways, so that's why I haven't released it as soon as I'd like. I'm about just over the halfway mark on completing the actual colorways available, if you like, in the pattern, and I've been putting it on Ribbler, and when I'm ready to publish on Ribbler I will share. But anyway, a bit of an update. If you don't have a wool winder, it just feels nice. And oh yeah, hiding behind the carnival skeins of garn, caked garn, I've got my pure wools. I tend to keep mostly DKs out in this office because it's what I work with the most. And I, at this point of time, and I don't work a lot with cotton or wool, but I do have a little bit of each. So that wool there, all intensive purposes, is basically all DK. I am going to cake and wind all that up, but I more importantly want to get onto and complete week 2 of these cows that I'm doing, and also to publish that pattern I'm working on. I'm really happy with the pattern I'm working on because it is an absolute Odin scent. I just love using it on a daily basis. It's made a major difference to not having wispy bits of hair in my face. It's funny enough not hot and bothersome, and I've worked out how to use it without it coming off and that sort of thing. So you're probably all curious and intrigued now. What is she talking about? But anyway, I will share at some point. But the next garn post I do, garn episode, I'm hoping that I have week 2s done for all these cows. And it would be wonderful if I also have this pattern published, but we'll see how we go. I have some clutter underneath. These are actually whips I need to, well, they're completed. I just need to sew the pieces together. And that's a lacy granny square series that I'm working on as well. But I'm basically going to clear these out in my foam boards, or some of them. I've got some in the other room. I'm going to clear this out. I do have a massive black inflatable Swiss ball, which you use in exercise, and I like to use as a chair. When I can financially get round to it, I want to get a proper inflating skin to attach to my Fat Max batteries and sets that I've got, which I'm really enjoying having for the first time. I've got my own cordless drill. What else? But anyway, so when I get that, then I can pump up that ball. I'm basically going to do a 70s hexagon motif cover over the ball as well, and that will just make my happy space. Am I going to have this so cluttered? I've got 2 desks. I've got my computer desk, and this is my second desk, which is basically garn. I know I'm not going to always have it so cluttered, but I really am aiming that by May, June next year, I'm going to have heaps of blankets, heaps of bright coloured jumpers, and I want to be truly, 2 of my girls are in with me at the moment. Hey Suna, what you doing there, Luca? What? Hi, you're so beautiful. Yeah. I took them both with me in the pram, and it's kind of a tight squeeze, but the 2 pickings, it's not so bad. Into the supermarket, and Luca was just chatting. It was funny. I like taking them out together, but I do want to get a bigger pram so I can take 2 out together comfortably, something that's a bit longer. So that will be coming, because especially when I go through the botanical, when I start walking properly again, I'm always going to have a two birds with me going for a walk, so if you like, on a daily basis. Yeah, I just change who I take out. Digressed big time. Where was I? I don't know. I totally forgot where I was. But anyway, this is just a quick diary vlog of where I'm at with my garn adventures. And if you don't have a wool winder, there are basic, like, no-name brands you can get. But, my experience has been with some of the no-name brands is that you do get what you pay for. You know what I mean? Like, it's those circular needles that are just so crap. Oh, that brings me to another thing. I did update something. Alright, so something I have not done before is Tunisian crochet, and it's been, there's so many cool 70s and 60s patterns out there. I just need to put my camera down for a sec, hang on, so I can get the zip. There's so many cool 70s, 60s patterns that use Tunisian, and it's something I've really wanted to muster. This is not the Tunisian I'm referring to, but I finally got the 7mm interchangeable zing needles. Now I've got the complete set of zing needles. This is also by Knitpro. Now I've got the complete set. I'm actually going to make my own case for them to fit them all perfectly, because this set, deluxe set, came with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pairs of needles, and I basically had to purchase 3 more pairs to basically make the complete set. So anyway, the thing I like about the Knitpro interchangeable cords is, one second, where have I got it? Yep, I need to do the needle camera thing again. Hang on. Okay, so my Tunisian hook, my very first, it's a Knitpro, and it's a 6.5, and it's an acrylic. Usually I don't like acrylic hooks, but we'll see how we go. I really do like the shape. You know, it doesn't look like it's going to be a pain in the bum. There's no jagged edges sticking out anywhere. But basically I can attach any cord to this crochet hook. And I've got the full range of cords, from the short 20 centimeters total to the 180 centimeters total. So what I like about the Knitpro interchangeables, I mean, I can go from knitting to Tunisian crochet hook using the same cables. And yeah, so I've got yellow 40 centimeters, blue 50 centimeters, neon 60, orange 80 centimeters. I've got 2 of them. I got reds 100 centimeters. I've got 2 of them. I got black, which is 120 centimeters, and I've got the purple, which is 150 centimeters. Sorry, not 180. I said 180 before. But the yellow, that is 40 centimeters. It's basically including the attachment bits at the end, so it's actually quite small. But anyway, I'm going to continue building up my size range of these Tunisian hooks by Knitpro. I'm so excited, can't wait to start using these. I do have a pattern in mind by Moral Fibre, which I believe is a trickster hood, so it's a hood. And hello, me trolching around in the botanical gardens with a hood on a breezy cold autumn day or morning. It's just so me. And so I want some hoods, so very foresty looking hoods, if you like. So yeah, by May, June, I really want to have heaps of blankets and colourful jumpers and things. And you know, it's, if you start making these things in winter, well, you're not really going to have them finished unless you have no sleep, and lots of nights of no sleep, which is not very good. But even then, you want it there and there, not, you know. So I wouldn't even start getting your whips going in autumn. I'd start getting your whips going in summer or spring for winter. Be prepared, sort of thing. And if you have a chilly summer or spring night, I mean, you're set. You've got nice warming jumpers and beanies and what have you, and blankets. So by May, June, of just this here, I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 blankets. I'll have 2 jumpers. I'll have a runner or a bag. Don't know which I'm going to do with the winter berries yet, what the extra will be. And I'll have either 3 jumpers or 2 jumpers and a jacket. And that's all this garn here. So I've got all the cakes of garn that I need, all the skeins of garn I need for these projects. I have really fallen for Jane Crowfoot's crochet alongs, her beautiful mosaic blankets, and that's what one of those squares are up there, the one of the little pink flower. I definitely am going to do her crochet alongs. I'll probably start doing one of them next. There's also a very old folklore black granny square blanket with different patterns. I really want to do that one as well next. With Jane Crowfoot, she's had quite a few different, I believe it's the Fruit Forest or something like that when it comes to the throw. But there's also Denim Dreams, and there's another one, I can't remember what it's called, but it's got beautiful like rose, you know, Tudor rose and all these beautiful flower motifs and tiles that she's made. And there's also a bag option, pillow option. It's all stunning. I'm even possibly thinking of making a nice big motif and putting it on the back of my boyfriend denim jacket. Which reminds me, I recently updated my boyfriend denim jacket from the 80s, my oversized one, which I probably could share now, but I'll save it to the next post. But I'm loving it. It's added a little bit of femininity to my oversized boys jacket. But yeah, definitely Jane Crowfoot. This folklore crochet along blanket will be on my next hit list. But yeah, that's one of the things I like about. Okay, a couple of things I like about the crochet alongs is it's a good opportunity to expand your skills, but also to take a snapshot of someone else's work over time that other people have also done. It's like an heirloom, especially when they're really ornate and fine, like the stuff from Jane Crowfoot. But it's like you're creating something from history in that time frame, and I like it. You know, just because it's not my personal pattern that I've designed, it doesn't take away my enjoyment and pride of completing a story like that. There's also a couple of other crochet alongs and one of them is an optional knit as well by forgotten her name, Katie Jones, that I also have in my plans, and that is a jacket. And there's also the recent Ski Apres jumper crochet along or knit along. You can decide which you want to do. Who knows, I might do it as a knit along. Don't know, we'll see. But they're also definitely, so that's already 4 more crochet along knit alongs that I'm going to be doing after I get through these. Or might even get up to beyond the halfway mark with all these and then start the next batch of crochet alongs, if you like. But yeah, come May, June, I truly want to have stacks of blankets. I mean, I'm talking over a dozen blankets, jumpers, bright colours. I'm going to have a blast this winter. That's the aim, as I plug along with everything else I've got to do, including my duck keeping and doing and getting things for them, including the bigger prams, getting Sooner in for a x-ray without having to go under in Burwood, then seeing what our options are if she needs surgery, and then also the same thing with Catherine the Great, or Kit Kat, as you know, who came to me and not able to walk either when she came to me. Anyway, so that's it for me and my bright coloured wall of garn cakes. And yeah, I hope you're all doing well and keeping sane and being creative and doing things. It doesn't matter what is going on around you in the world. Never stop creating. I do believe half the time that things are allowed to be at the extent they are in ick is to destroy the pursuit of creativity, true creativity. Now you have someone literally burp on a canvas and then they call that art. You know what I mean? And it's not art. It's actually the opposite of art. There's half the time that it looks like there's zero training or intelligence behind things. Everything's made to look really school childish. Not that like there's anything wrong with being a school child, but we're meant to grow up. We're meant to show a level of maturity and developed intelligence and wisdom as we get older. But it seems like society is being groomed to stay at 9 years old, you know, and not a healthy 9 years old either. So I know it can be very difficult in times like this when you're just surrounded with ugliness. And this is why it's so important, even if what you create is not fantastic, or you don't know how to create things, you don't have an artistic bone in your body. Well, a crochet along, as an example, is someone else's artwork that has a lot of function and can add a lot of colour to your life and can actually help your mood. And, you know, the function of keeping you warm, making your own threads, and, you know, appreciating the time it takes to make these things handmade, opposed to buying from a let's face it, typically morally corrupt corporate sort of model where, you know what I mean, you know, people aren't being paid what they should be to make that, or, you know, just things that are very questionable in the practice. And, you know, things such as environmental pollution and that, which I'm sort of digress a little bit. Everyone's going on about the green stuff, but at the end of the day, pollution's worse because we are focusing on nonsensical things such as windmills that look like something terrifying out of Orwell's 1984 meets War of the Worlds, and as it chops up all our beautiful birds of prey and makes the countryside look like an alien invasion and is causing a lot of environmental issues. You know, basically they're deciphering wealth from one aspect to another. But anyway, the pollution is going unchecked. You still have corporations doing things. You still have individual communities doing things which with no regard. So that's one thing I don't like about the green movement, as I, you know, digress here, is because it's, to me, it's just a facade. No, there's no real change. The only real change people can do is by not falling for that sort of stuff, and on your day-to-day basis, the things you do, you buy, the choices you make. Being vegan or even vegetarian is a big step, is the best way you can impact your environment and the creatures that are around you. Us humans, we are animals. We are part of the animal kingdom. I don't get how some people think they're so superior to every other animal on the planet and that only cats and dogs have the right to exist if they do. It's totally sick. So, you know, all these issues, your greatest, not hope, but your inspiration to continue and to see beautiful things. Beauty is very important in times of dark ick and having things thrown in your face. If you watch TV, switch it off. If you subscribe to these stupid shows, save yourself cash and cancel them. Learn and be creative, make things, do things. That is the only way you're going to get through any of this, probably not unscathed. Who can get through all this crazy, ugly stuff unscathed when it's in your face in every sort of aspect, you know what I mean? But you can get through it a lot without losing your core being, you know what I mean? So anyway, that's my passing message in this garn episode of sharing my, yay, woolwinder, finally got it. Couple of, knitting needles and starting my Tunisian hook journey and my crochet along organisation. Yes, be creative. If you're already creative, never stop doing things to get yourself better organised in your creativity. Get into some crochet alongs if you're not doing one, or a knit along. It's very good also to help you feel like you're sort of being part of society, because you know there's a whole lot of other people who have done this crochet along or knit along all over the world, or who are doing it at the same time as you or have done in the past. So anyway, I'll leave it at that. Blessed be and merry part.